All right. Hello, everyone. This is Josh, also known as Yashu. You're just tuning into another episode of the TLOY Talks podcast. You can get this on all platforms: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Buzzsprout, Patreon, much more. And we're definitely gonna get it started right here. So, we have one of the rising artists in the Toronto underground music scene has released a lot of projects, like the 11th Sword Symphony, the Observer, SOS, and most recently Flower Boy and all that too. That has been gaining traction. Has released a collab tape with Mars entitled "Escape to Mars," and has been performing at a lot of shows in the city and all that too. So we have JB Eden on the podcast. How are you doing today, man?
I'm doing pretty good, bro. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, likewise, man. Usually when I do listen to an artist for a bit too, usually I try to tap in as much as I can too. It's just I think with me it's with your sound it's very distinctive in a way too and all that. And I think because of aging and all that too, I'm 28, about to be 29 too. So maybe it might not be to my catering, but I notice the drive and the hustle, which I definitely respect from the most part too, especially with Flower Boy, which kind of has more of a distinctive style than what I've noticed with the other stuff too, and then kind of blew me away a little bit and all that. Also,
oh, thank you, bro. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. You've been making waves in the scene with a lot of shows and all that. You've been doing a lot of the stuff with the underground culture and all that, and it's amazing to see and all that.
Well, thank you, bro. I really, really, really appreciate that.
Yeah,
really.
For sure.
We don't get the flowers enough. So thank you, bro.
Exactly.
I appreciate that.
So, where'd you grow up, man? And what was the environment for you growing up at the time?
Well, I grew up in Scarborough for sure. That was definitely where I was born, and I grew up there probably till I was around 8 or 9. And then my older brother, he was into some bad stuff. He ended up getting, hurt pretty bad. So we had to, my mom and dad were ready to kind of pack up and move anyway. So once that happened, they were like, yeah, we're going to move to Pickering. And then I pretty much grew up from around the 4th grade till end of high school. I've been living in Pickering.
Okay. So, and I guess there's a lot of distinctive differences between living in Scarbs versus living in Durham and all that too. So the ends in Scarbs, where did you kind of grow up a little bit?
Emini.
All right.
Yeah, just over by Scarborough Golf Club, broski.
Okay. And I know Scarborough, they have their distinctive scene and all that too, that has been growing for a while and all that. And Durham, it's starting to rise up too. So in those areas, were they big for music at the time growing up?
Well, definitely not. I wouldn't say for me, fam. For me, bro, when I was younger growing up, I didn't really see nobody around me doing nothing about music. Even Toronto, I'd see the 1-2 Toronto tracks, and there was the time when LB Spiffy was really, really popping off. That's when I started kind of dibbling and dabbling a little bit more. I can't remember his name, but Tizzy Stacks.
All right, yeah.
Before Tizzy Stacks went to jail.
Steno, yeah, for the most part too, yeah.
Man, bro, that guy was one of my favorite artists for surely.
Did you have any favorite Tizzy songs and all that?
Not off the top of my head, but I just vividly remember listening to all those Tizzy Stacks.
And Steno, and I know Steno and Astro had a Bees and all that too. So
yeah, man. Then there was the K Money stuff, but I don't know. Honestly, I'll keep it real. I grew up into alternative music. Right. When my first ever experience with music was a radio that I had that doubled as an alarm clock, and it used to just play radio stations sometimes.
Okay.
And as a kid, I just remember, okay, I want to play music while I sleep. I would let the radio play, and it would just play whatever. So 99% of the songs I would hear were pop songs.
All right.
But then one day I heard Linkin Park. I was like, oh shit.
Okay, that's facts. 21 Guns and all that type of stuff too.
Yes, Yes, exactly. Paramore was definitely big for me. Panic at the Disco, Deftones. Once I did my deep dive into alternative shit, I realized damn, music's not just meant to make you dance. You can express emotions through that shit.
Okay. And was that your actual first introduction to music? I don't know if you had family that played some stuff around the house and all that too, or
that was the thing. I didn't really have many people around me growing up, mainly because my mom and dad worked so hard to give me the life they gave me, and I'll always be grateful for that shit, But I definitely would say I grew up by myself, It's funny you say that. The only music I'd ever hear is some trap music in my crib from my bro, some Love Sosa or some shit. You feel me?
That's episode 2. Save that shit. Yeah, nah.
Yeah,
yeah. And as far as growing up, what were you from the start until now?
I mean, I'll keep it real. I was never a bad kid or nothing like that. I was actually very much into school. I loved getting good grades and shit like that, because it'll make my Dukes happy, fam. You know? That was my main thing. I wanted to make my people proud.
Okay.
So that shit would drive me. I'd love to go to school and get good grades, come home and show them an A, and they'd be like, yeah, good shit.
Yeah, that's facts.
Like, and doing that is what kind of gave me the confidence to feel like I can do anything, because, you know, like when I was ready to sit down and say, yo, okay, if I study for this and I'll do well, and I did, and then I did do well, I was like, okay, bet. If I put my mind to something, I can do it. And then people will be happy if I do it.
That's facts. No, it's amazing to hear and all that. And as far as like rapping and making music, like how did you like get into that, you know?
Well, man, like I could talk about this for super long, but my biggest passion in all of life was to be a ball player. Like, you know how they say every kid had hoop dreams and shit?
Yeah.
But like, I'll keep it real, bro. Nobody could have told me that I wasn't gonna go to the NBA, you know what I mean? Like, you see how tall I am when I walked in? I'm not that tall.
Yeah.
My dad is 6'5". My mom is like 5'9".
Okay.
So sometimes the universe just has a funny way of telling you maybe you should pick a different goal, you know?
Yeah, that's facts, man. Mind if I ask, like, what's like your background and all that too? Because I know some cultures, they are kind of big, like in heights and all that, you know? So
I'm fully Jamaican.
Okay.
Yeah. So like I said, I was low-key thinking I was going to be a little taller, shit.
Yeah.
But, and like, you know, height never phased me until we turned older, and everybody was like a towering maniac playing, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not that I couldn't hold my own. Like, I did my best. I worked my ass off, but I never got the looks and
True.
So I never really got that opportunity to pursue that goal to its bitter end. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Even sometimes I feel like if I got the opportunity to at least say, fuck, I failed, I would have been at least happy about it. But the fact that I never got to like get to the highest peak and see what I could do there, just because I didn't get the looks, is kind of like, fuck, you know?
Yeah. No, that's facts.
And so in the question you said, how did that bring me to music? Like, I went through a weird depression. I'm like, how do I cope with my biggest dream not falling through? You know what I mean? And I sat and I pondered for like, I want to say a month, maybe a month and a half. And my boy, he was like, yo, you told me you had some tracks. At that point, I was just bored making bullshit tracks, bullshit raps, you know, elementary rhymes, bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he's like, yo, like, you said you had some songs, right? I sent them to him. He's like, bro, just come to the studio one time. Let's see if we can just fuck around one time. I go to his studio, we kick it, we make a couple songs. And he's like, okay, these are cool. Come back another day. And we go back, and it's like a good session with a couple other artists. During that session, he was like, bro, why don't you just try dropping? And I decided, I'm like, fuck it, I guess I'll just try. And then we took the 5 songs that we made that same day with the people in the sesh, and that's how we made Escape to Mars.
All right.
And that was my first ever drop.
True. And how'd you link with like Mars for that most part too?
It's funny, bro. So my manager, he's been my best friend since the 4th grade. We have a mutual friend who has a younger sister who was dating Mars at the time. And that girl is a part of our immediate friend group. So every time she would have like a little gathering at her place, we as like me and my manager and like our friend group would go there. Mars, dating her younger sister, would also just so happen to be around.
Yeah.
So like one day, I swear I might have just got like super sloppy drunk, and we're all just kicking it, like having a party at her crib, you know, like high school shit, right? And I must have looked over and seen this little I'm like, who the fuck is this little ass nigga right here? Who is this guy? Who is this little kid in the party right now?
Yeah.
Because he's younger than me. But I'm looking at him, I'm like, who are you, bro? Like, what the fuck? He's like, oh, whatever, I'm Mars. Like, you know me, bro. Like, again, I'm pissed drunk at this point. And he's like, yeah, bro, I make beats, I make music. I'm like, oh, word, okay, he's 30, he's fly. And ever since then, this was like shortly before the whole coming to terms with not making it to ball and not making it to the NBA and all that bullshit, right?
Yeah.
So I had met him. Basically, like, that's when we became like cool. That's when I went through the weird depression moment with like the basketball shit. Then he was like, bro, like, get your shit together. What the fuck? Like, you're a man, fam.
Yeah.
Like, that's when he's like, you know, helping me out. We went to the stew, and it was up from there pretty much.
And that, like, pretty much the inspiration with the Escape to Mars and all that for the most part too, just, you know, sharing feelings, just sharing, you know, your thoughts like on life, like, you know, coping with depression for the most part too.
Well, you know what it was? I didn't really start to conceptualize the things I was trying to put onto the art until way later. I think Escape to Mars was probably one of the most raw, like it was probably the most raw form of emotion I could have put out, but it just wasn't that well polished. Do you know what I'm saying? It was like the most natural thing I could have put out as like a first time artist.
Okay. Yeah, that's facts, man. Like as far as like the musical background and history, like I know you said your family didn't really like partake in all that, but have you had like any other friends like in high school or brothers, like cousins, like siblings that kind of got into it? And
well, I was pretty religious growing up and shit like that. So like, I remember like, you know, hearing the church music and shit. The choir at my church was bumping. I'm not gonna lie.
True.
So, you know, you got the pianos dun, 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 going crazy and shit. You feel me? The basses.
Man.
Yo, I'm telling you, fam. I remember that stuff. Like real instruments and shit. My uncle, he, you know, he's a professional bass player and stuff like that. But like, I didn't really have, like I said, I didn't have nobody like that around me growing up. So I never had nobody from the church to teach me an instrument. I never really had nobody from, you know, from my family to teach me nothing like that.
Okay. That's nice. Like what inspired you to like even like become like a rapper and artist and like even like take it seriously, you know?
I wanted to be the greatest, bro. Like, you know what it is? When it was a basketball shit, I don't know if anyone would ever bring it up, but anybody who ever saw me back in the day, they would tell you, yo, this kid doesn't leave the court. This kid is working his ass off. Every time I see this fucking guy, he's drenched in sweat because he's either going to or coming from hooping. Like, that was my life, fam. God, I wanted to be the best. That was the only thing. I just wanted to be the best.
That's facts.
It didn't matter what it was. I just wanted to be the best. In school, I wanted to be the best because my dudes would be happy. In ball, I wanted to be the best because niggas would respect me about it. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't come to terms with losing that dream without saying, I still want to be the best. Yeah. Like, I couldn't let go of basketball without saying, I still want to be great. It like in some way.
Yeah, no, I get you. Yeah.
That's
facts. It's like, you know, like the idea of like perfectionism and all that too, and like trying to be perfect in one thing, and then like when it didn't work out, you had to kind of start over. You know, like
I mean, I'm talking about put your like it's like imagine you put $1 million someplace and it burned, and it burned away, and you get none of it back. You know, all you get is the lessons you learned on the way to the million. And the skills it might have, but my $1 million is gone. My investment is gone. So it took me a really, really, really long time to get over that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's
and I guess in that, I still said to myself, I want to be the greatest no matter what. Like, I still want to be great, you know, with tears in my eyes saying, like, I still want to try. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's facts. And, you know, like, even, like, hearing it from the music, too, because I noticed, like, the pain and like, you know, like the glory and everything else too, like even with like the distortion, the production, everything else too, and like, you know, it's like similar to like, you know, like Trippie Redd, like Laserdisc, like Netspin, like Osama Sun, and like even like Destroy Lonely. So would you consider those like your influences to your sound, or do you have any like artists or genres that you're mainly like influenced by, like outside of that realm?
I would say early Trippie, when he was like more on that alternative note, you know. I would say, you know what it is about Laserdisc and Netspin and those dudes? I think I'm just part of the new gen.
All right.
I'm just a part of the new gen wave of people who are like, let's make music that makes you feel shit again. None of that monotonous rap, I fucked her bitch, she licked my dick. No, we don't want to hear none of that. No,
like the street nigga type shit.
But it's not even just the street nigga shit, because Bun of BCF is mod. Some of his unreleased shit is mod, you know?
Yeah.
He has like a what 2 tracks out? I bump those, you know? Chaos Bands, tough. To me, like, these are, the man them are tough, you know?
Yeah.
But these are the new gen, you know? We're trying to be more creative with the thing, not just...
Yeah, like Sapphire X, like Nino Pate and all that too. Like Belly Gang, like Cushington and all that too. And like all that type of stuff too.
Yeah. I'm telling you, broski, like it's all about being like new. We want to hear new. People want to hear new. I don't know how you feel. Every day I wake up, I want to hear a new song.
All right.
You know?
Yeah. Like, I mean, Georgiana like released a track with like Babyface C and like Chuggy and all that, which is like the new wave too. So like that's what people are like approaching to as well. And I mean, XXL, they even had the freshman like list too, which had like Laserdisc, Ian, Low Shimmy, YTB Fat, Samara Sin, Rayvon, EBK J-Bo from like Jail and all that too, like Nino Paid.
I will say though, I'll put it on the record, worst fucking XXL of my life. I never seen nothing worse than that shit. In my humble opinion, I'll say it like that. I don't know why they got a bunch of fucking poster boys and mascots for the fucking XXL. What are we doing here?
Who do you think would have wanted to be on that? Like in your opinion, like
Man, what? Who should have been on it?
yeah.
It's a hard question. It's a hard question to say who, but I think I don't know why I can't. I think I know why I can't say who. I can't say who because the niggas they put on a pedestal kind of outshined everybody who really deserved it. I feel like. I mean,
like to not be like a carbon copy and all that too. Like, because I know like some people want like Ned, Osama, Chucky, like Georgiana, like Rack Baby, like all those other artists too, and all that too. And like, you know, you don't want to like oversaturate it like too much and all that. So they blend it in with like, you know, other like sleeper picks like Samara Sin, Rayvon, like those types. So
I like, because for me, it was like XXL was supposed to highlight the most skilled rappers of the year.
yeah.
It was the most skilled new kids on the block who made waves. It would be like your favorite artist who's like super unknown and then they're now getting looks from XXL. Okay. Why the fuck are like certain niggas getting thrown onto it? It's like, I don't know. Like I said, I like the creativity part. I liked when it was about the best people being on the list. You see what I'm saying? I'm not here for the Pappy show. I'm not here for the fucking bullshit, you know? Yeah. I don't want to hear Ian bullshit. Whatever the fuck he said on that. Oops, I hit again. What the fuck is he talking about? I don't want to hear that shit, man.
Exactly. Yeah.
Leave that shit to the TikTok, my nigga. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When we're talking real rap shit, because XXL to me is real rap shit, nigga.
Yeah.
Lil Uzi. What was that one? The 2016 one was Lil Uzi,
Yachty,
Kodak, Yachty, fucking designer, fucking 21. Like
Lil Dicky,
like,
G Herbo, Davies. Yeah.
What the fuck happened to XXL? That's another conversation. Let's move on.
Yeah. All right. Do you have any artists that you want to work with, like musically someday?
I want to open for Red Hot Chili Peppers, like Ken did, for sure. I definitely want to go do a tour with them, or honestly, alternative bands. Hit me. Anybody. I want to go open for y'all. I want to perform for your guys' fucking crowds. Your crowds, you niggas go crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Like, shout out Kevin, man. Shout out Kevin Skates. He's very tough. Shout out Aftershock Overdrive. You feel me? Shout out them niggas. They're my people. But when I do their shows or when I go to their shows, bro, holy fuck. You should interview Kevin. I'm not gonna lie. Kevin is a fucking bodman. Like, the nigga gets on the guitar, no word. And the man in the crowd are mod. I'm telling you right now. It's on his Instagram and everything. Like it's if you see it, you'll know. But definitely alternative bands, alternative artists. I like honestly, that's it, honestly. Like, cause it's different between what I like and what I want to work with, I would say.
Yeah, that's facts.
But as far as like working with other artists, I'm not a fan of it. I'll keep it real. I don't even want to come online talking about it, but you know, a certain individual owes me a pack of beats, and it's nothing even worth $100 for me to get mad. But it's like, come on, fam, I'm not green. I'm not like, I might be wearing green on my little vintage polo, but I'm not a bitch. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like when I come to you out of generosity and genuineness, and then you come to me like I'm like a come up or something, right? Fam, let me pose something to you. Imagine, fam. You yourself, you're working, you're an artist, you're working, you're getting money however you can get it. I work a 9 to 5. You know, you see somebody, they want an opportunity to do something. You say, fuck, okay, bet. I'm a bust you. I'll bless you. You pay out of your own pocket to give them an opportunity. Okay, boom. Right? You know? They come up. They really do come up off of that little opportunity, right?
All right.
Next thing you know, the man's asking you, yo, fam, like, let me hold the next one.
Okay.
Then when you see that, fam, you leave it alone. Because that's the natural response, you know? Because when I gave you first time, you didn't, right?
Yeah.
I can do that out of the generosity out of my heart, but I'm not a bitch. I'm not green. I'm not going to just keep, you know? But then same ways you see them same man who are asking you again for the outside LA.
Yeah.
Big time, you know?
Yeah.
Supercar this and...
Yeah.
Crody, like, I don't want to put man on blast, but you were just asking me for money, right? And I'm not trying to diss nobody. I'm not trying to diss no one's thing, but that is a product of trying to be genuine in Toronto. Yeah. There's a subsection of people in the actual scene who are like, yes, I want to work. Yes, I want to collab. Yes, I want to build a collective. Yes, I want to do this and that and build an actual community in Toronto. But nigga, There's too many men who are so selfish, fam. They think that somebody else coming up is their downfall.
Yeah, for sure.
Or they think that if you're nice to them, you're green. That like you're easy you to get over on.
Okay, yeah,
You know?
that's facts. Would you say that's like kind of like the current state of like more so the Toronto underground scene, or is it more so within the mainstream, like Toronto scene and all that too?
Hell nah, cause I'm really talking about the subsection of like underground, like really like, cause everybody wants to make it. Everybody wants to make it. I feel like I'm different because I want to take over the whole world. When I say I want to be the best, I'm talking about out of the 7.5 billion niggas on the planet, I want to be the number one. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everyone wants to do that though. Like everybody thinks they want to do that. I really want to do that. But everybody else feels like they want to do that too. So when they see me go as hard as I can, it might be intimidating. It might be this. It might be that. I feel like it low-key deters people from trying to even, you know what I mean? But that might just be my ego talking, you know?
That's facts, yeah.
I try to keep it humble, but I do have a little bit of ego because of the fact that I want to be the greatest.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree too in a way. And even like to speak on your stage name to like JB Eden, like how did you like get that name?
Because I want to liberate the people. You ever watch One Piece?
I didn't check it out yet, but I know like about One Piece from the like hat design, like certain characters.
Okay,
but,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll give you a little bit of context. The main character is essentially the reincarnation of the liberator of the people. He's supposed to free the people from their chains and shackles. This is figurative, of course, but the name the show gave him was the Joy Boy, or he's like meant to be like this son. It's meant. It goes off of some like real life lore, but it's obviously fictional. But I liked the sentiment that one day I might free the people of their shackles mentally and say, yo, you can be whoever you fucking want to be. You can one thing I try to tell everybody I meet, bro, I think the beauty about life, and this is me after learning from failing royally at my dreams. Because nobody could have told me I was going to NBA, fam. Next thing you know, I'm still in PK. I'm still around. Mans are still seeing me, you know? Well, what happened to basketball? You still hoop? I hate that. I hated that for a long time. But it took for me to understand that, fam, you could die. You could damn near die and come back to life in the sense of like you could fuck up in the worst possible way, worst outcome. Everything could go wrong. But if you keep your life, fam, you can start again.
Okay, that's facts, man. And like to speak more on that unique style that you have too, because you have a unique style of the whole like distorted plug, like trap music. You infuse like jerk in some of the tracks and all that too. So tell me more about that and like infusing those genres together to make your own sound like in that way.
I'm still trying. I think I'm still trying to be a little bit creative. You know what I mean? I'm still trying. Like I don't want to become a broken record with my songs. I don't want to be known for making the same song a million times. You feel me? So I'm still trying. I'm still trying different things. I've lately been onto some dance shit, EDM shit, you know? Right. So it's like, it's a testament to being new gen too, you feel me? Like, just being a part of the era where we're like, we loved a lot of the shit we already heard. Now we finna just put our new twist to it, you feel me?
Like, how do you even like feel about that whole like 2000s like ATL like sound and all the too, Like I know like more people are like doing that right now, like like the shorties are like kind of getting into that way for a bit too. So is that something that you want to like try for a bit?
Well, we talking about the 2000 style of music though,
like 2000 style, like like ATL rap and all that too, where it's like Zaytoven type beats and all that, like
yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. That ain't my style. I think for me that just ain't my style, right? I never really like. I loved Thug. Thug was one of my top 5 artists at a time, But I liked more. What did I like? I liked more Lil Uzi. Like I liked Lil Uzi. I liked X. I liked Juice. Like if we're talking real rappers though, like if we're talking about actual underground rappers, like I was around when Lil Pump was bumping. Feel me? That shit. Gucci Gang, all that.
Yeah.
Like I came from that era where I was really like so mesmerized and so in shock and awe by music. You feel me?
Yeah, no, that's facts, man. And to even like speak more on the creative process, like when making music. So like, what's that like, and like, what would like a day in the studio like kind of be like for you?
Talking a day in the studio, I might get in there and write a little bit for like maybe like 10, 15 minutes. But normally I just tell my engineer, yo, play me some beats.
Okay.
It goes through a couple of packs that we might have had, some work. Like, we got some work from Hey Guapo the other day, and there might still be a 1-2 beats on that we could have, still rocked out. You feel me? So sometimes we'll just revisit old packs, and he makes beats all the time, so he just plays me some of the shit that he makes. Sometimes we sit and make a beat, but that's a little bit more time consuming.
Okay.
But typically, if I'm going in the studio, bro, I'm just telling them, yo, play that beat. Oh, I like this one. All right, load it up. Go in the studio, on my spliff, and just do a couple takes. Like, the creative process is easy to me because I spend so many hours in the studio. Like, I turned my room into my studio for a long time. So once I actually started releasing a studio, it was different.
Okay, no, that's facts. And was it like kind of like the same for like a lot of the stuff, like like 11 Sword Symphony, Flower Boy, The Observer?
Hell no. 11 Solar Symphony was in my bedroom. You feel me? Observer, my bedroom. SOS, maybe 4 or 5 songs were in Marcel's actual studio, but the only real, honestly, the only real studio grade piece of work I ever made was Flower Boy. And that half of that was in my bedroom. It was just way cleaner. Like, you wouldn't tell necessarily.
Yeah, that's facts.
You wouldn't tell off the bat, I guess.
True. Like, out of like those like 5 like projects that we like talked about too, do you have like a favorite one that kind of like hits like home for you and all that?
All of them.
All of them?
Honestly, all of them. Yeah, I couldn't tell you. All of them represent a point in my life where I felt like I was going through like a really rough patch. And I think like that creation in that moment in time definitely helped me. Like, 11 Sword Symphony was during a time I felt like I was losing my mind. I felt like something bad was gonna happen every fucking day of my life, Yeah. The Observer, I felt like a kid again. I felt like I was in the back, like I was forgotten, like no one was gonna see me. And this is from the perspective of someone who sits in the sideline. That's The Observer, right? SOS, Save My Soul. I feel like I'm on an island. I feel like I'm by myself.
Yeah.
This is my possible cry for help.
Yeah,
Someone, please, this is the SOS message.
Yeah, that's facts, man.
Yeah.
And, like, to kind of, like, go, like, a little bit quickly and all that, too, like, you tend to use, like, a lot of, like, 808 Mafia, like, production tags on, like, a majority of your songs and all that. So tell me more about that. And I don't know if there's, like, any, like, affiliation with, like, 808 Mafia, like, in some way.
So there's not necessarily an affiliation, but I do take a lot of inspiration from 808 Mafia. Like, the way he carries himself, the way he does business. Like, I remember this one day I saw this clip of him saying something along the lines of like, you couldn't get one of my beats unless you pay me like 300K. And I'm like a kid at this time. I'm like, whoa, like, I'm gonna get on one of his beats for sure. And then I kind of saw how Ken was coming up kind of underneath that wing, of 808 Mafia, using his beats the way that, Ken uses them. And I'm like, oh, wow, like, this is definitely how I would do it. This is definitely how I would use these right here. I do take a lot of inspiration from Ken, though. Like, I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but I take a lot of inspiration from the way I actually remixed one of his tracks. I'm trying to get it cleared right now.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I can see the similarity, like, face-wise and all that, too. Like, you and Ken kind of got, like, a little bit for a fit, too.
Yo, I used to have long hair like he does, so I ain't gonna lie. Like, you should have saw me before. That's funny.
But I think his is, like, kind of more, like, lockjaw and all that, too. Like, he's, like, a little bit more bigger and all that.
Yeah.
You're, like, the slimmed-down, like, version of Ken and all that, so...
I'm Diet Ken.
Yeah.
Diet Ken Carson. Yeah,
exactly, bro. Like, I remembered we had this, like, conversation about the consumerism, too, and all that, like, when I was, like, listening to music, so... Do you feel like you said to yourself, like, I think on the DMs, like, you're more of a consumer, like, in that sense too. So do you feel like being a consumer of art and like content while creating your own helps the process, or like is it like kind of like hinder it,
It depends. Like, okay, if we're talking about really creating, if you are a really truly creative person, I don't think you get hindered by watching other people. I think you can catch a disease where you like get infected by the idea that what you create isn't good enough.
Yeah.
Once you look at enough people's shit, sometimes you might get infected by that idea that your shit isn't good enough. But if you're really creative, you don't give a fuck about that. Like, I watch everybody's shit. I still have yet to miss my mark when it comes to even if it's like I take a nigga's flow or like them, I take inspiration from somebody, or I'm like, all right, boom, I want to make a track like that. Do the same thing, but I still throw my little thing on it, you know?
All right.
Like, I'm not a carbon copy type of dude. I don't like to copy people, but I love to take inspiration. You ever heard Virgil Abloh?
Yeah.
Change something 3%, and that's yours. Yeah. I believe in that because there is something to say about the level of creativity that you can go.
Okay.
Just changing something by 3%.
Yeah, that's facts. We just have a couple more questions for a bit too. So, like, for people that want to like check out like more of your stuff and all that too, like, you know, usually I recommend, like, I try to ask like for free songs and all that too. So, what would be like those like free songs that you would recommend for anyone that hasn't heard about you or that would like to know more about you, like musically and all that?
Spin Like Ryu. That was the first song I ever made that I feel like I sauced. That was the first song I ever made that I feel like I sauced on. Still a little raspy, but it was a real tough track to me. So that's number one. Spin Like Ryu, we say. Long Is My by Me and Mars, for sure. That one's a hard one. That was one of my favorite songs when we made it too. That's more singy though. It's a little less than the super mosh, you know? And then for the last one, I don't know. I want to say the next thing I put out. The problem is I just don't know what I'm putting out next.
Yeah, no, that's facts, man. And do you have any plans for this year in terms of any other music, any other creative projects and so forth? And, you know, do you have any like closing remarks you'd like to say before you go?
Well, first I gotta get this fucking creative block out of the way. Like, I've been trying to get myself ready to start blitzing and dropping as many tracks as I can, but it's just weird. At first I wanted to drop another album, but then I don't know. I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm still just trying to figure it out, honestly. Like, I just ran into a little bit of a weird block. So, but Sky 5 is still on the play. That's definitely the next project if we're talking projects. I have 70 songs that I need to release. 70, you know?
Yeah.
I got to find a way to do that in a way to get people coming. Because 70 tracks, I have 70 songs that I low-key feel like people would bop to, people would fuck with, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
At the very least, my people would. So it's like I gotta find a way to give that to the people where it's digestible, you know?
Yeah, I definitely like agree with that, and like I think it kind of like helps out like throughout the way to process and everything, and hopefully it like works out like in a way, you know. So
Yeah, well, thank you.
yeah, man. JB, it's like dope having you on, man. Like just having this like dope conversation, just communicating, and you know, wish like nothing but the best and all that. Like I definitely see like your rise like as an artist in the Toronto GTA scene, and like hopefully like grow from there, you know.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that shit. Bro,
and they can follow you on IG, Snapchat, all that.
IG's JB Eden. Definitely follow me on that. That's really, if you want to contact me, send me some beats. If you're trying to work, we could, you know what I'm saying, we could get something done. Just let me know.
All right, that's facts, man. So, yo, this is Josh, also known as Yashu, on another episode of the TLOY Talks podcast. You can get this on all platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Buzzsprout, Patreon as well, too. Definitely check out JB Eden's music on all platforms, SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Music, much more. Like, definitely check out his shows if he's, like, performing. Definitely check out, like, Flower Boy, that's, like, a recent project. Like, definitely, like, tune that in. Like, even some of the exclusives on SoundCloud. Like, definitely check that out as well, too. And
how you know about the exclusives on SoundCloud? How you know about those?
I mean, you just like release those like SoundCloud tracks, like the archive ones, and you know, kind of works out either way. I think everyone's like doing that nowadays too with the archive. So it's kind of like the wave too, you know. So yo, this is Josh, also known as Yashu, with JB Eden, signing off. You know.
Thank you.